Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we examine headlines from our city, from our state, from our country, and we take a look at what's happening in Puerto Vallarta based on what we know, what we hear, what we would like to know more about, all for one single goal: to hopefully have a better, more inclusive, more comprehensive, more immersed life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is Wednesday, August 4th. I went and got my second vaccine yesterday, and I have to tell you, I am definitely not at the top of my game this morning, but I am certainly feeling great and well enough to have a little bit of an adventure with everyone this morning. As always, I will have some details about how it went for me, how it went for my friends, some reactions that we've read here and there about what went on, because there were a few glitches, and we're going to talk about those. Excuse me. We're going to talk about former diver, Romel Pacheco, one last time, because he soured our cream. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. We have some news from the New York Times about great music to listen to this weekend. So, we're going to go through the broadcast as always, and then I'm going to go back to bed and take control of the world from my bed, as I have planned very little to do today. I'm going to chill at home today. I'm feeling a little sore and achy, but that's to be expected. But I'm feeling very relieved that the vaccine has been taken care of. But we'll get into that. I'll get into the account in a little while. If this is the first time that you're joining us, my name is Paco, and we love to hear from folks when they join us for the first time. So if this is your first time, please let us know by writing the word new in your comment. And if there's something truly important that you wish to bring up during the broadcast, it helps a great deal if you add a letter Q to your comment. That way we'll try our best to not miss it and address it during the second half of the broadcast. But now let us dive into the news just to see what's going on out there, and we'll take it one step at a time. Well, the first vaccination day at La Lija yesterday concluded successfully with 5,270 vaccines, that is, second shots, applied to folks in their 50s. That said, the experience was bittersweet for some, as this time around the campaign was quite specifically only for second shots of the AstraZeneca vaccine for folks in their 50s that were vaccinated this past May. Several news outlets, including ourselves, reported that vaccines would also be available for first-timers, and unfortunately, that was not the case, despite the fact that campaigns made that allowance in the past. I will share my detailed personal account of the procedure at the end of the news segment, so stick around for that. I also want to let you know that Another point of confusion for some arose when they realized that they had to show up with specific paperwork, namely the vaccination certificate from the first shot, a blank vaccination form, which can be obtained from the official vaccination pre-registration website, or in some cases, like mine, I had an extra printout of the previous time. And finally, an official ID, although it was not requested from us at any point in time yesterday. Again, more of my personal experience and some tips at the end of the news. As you know, cases in Jalisco and the rest of Mexico continue to rise and increase. It is expected that the peak of the pandemic this time around will take place in the state of Jalisco this month, according to specialists of the Civil Hospital of Guadalajara, where COVID hospital capacity is at only 20% as opposed to here in Puerto Vallarta, where hospitals are having to fly critical patients elsewhere. Most hospitalized patients now range between the ages of 16 and 59 years of age, and specialists blame the increasing disregard by the general public of the basic sanitary guidelines we have had all along, and also the increasing COVID variants, particularly the Delta variant, for the high infectiousness. Health Undersecretary Hugo Lopez-Gatell announced that the vast majority of COVID patients in hospitals, specifically 97% of these patients, are patients that are not vaccinated. He went ahead assuring that by the month of October, all individuals 18 years of age and older in Mexico will have been vaccinated, and we certainly hope that is the case. In other news, this is very sad, but it's good to see that there's closure in this one. A few weeks ago, we reported on the heinous sexual assault perpetrated on a 63-year-old woman at the Flamingos Beach back in June. The assailant was apprehended at the time and shortly thereafter wrongly set free by a judge that has been dismissed since then. He was subsequently apprehended, this perpetrator, again for assaulting another woman and had been pending trial. Regretfully, we have learned that the 63-year-old woman who had been fighting for her life has died. And now the justice system will be able to charge the criminal with femicide. And, you know, it is sad to hear about this passing, but I am very happy that this guy will get what he deserves. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the vaccine experience. It went surprisingly well for us. I mean, the whole thing took less than an hour again, even though when we arrived, the line was going around the block, but the line was moving very swiftly, very smoothly. As we were walking around the building, a man that we didn't even know, he started giving away cold water bottles, and he was not wearing a uniform. We quickly realized he had a bunch of cold water bottles that he wanted to gift away, and he gave some to us, me and my two other friends, or my two other friends and I. And I thought to myself, you know, how kindness, you know, shows up where you least expect it. From the moment that we got there, we heard loudspeaker reports saying today is only for second shots. If you are pregnant, this is not a place for you. If you are hoping to get a first shot this time around, we don't have it available. Of course, all these announcements were made in Spanish, as they always are, this being a Spanish-speaking country. But I kept thinking to myself of people who may have waited for a long time, thinking, well, you know, I understand that Spanish is not your first language. In fact, I understand that you may not understand Spanish, but it couldn't be that difficult to just look for someone around you that speaks English and ask, have they said something important? So I kept thinking to myself, it is sad when we don't find a way to reach out to other people and get the information that we need. And I think that is so important. And it goes to show how important it is to be part of a community or to engage in a community just to be well informed. When people around us complain about the fact that they have to print out forms again, I thought to myself, well, I mean, that was very clearly announced from the very beginning. Anyhow, that we walked very swiftly, and in less than 20 minutes, we were inside the building, sitting down, waiting for our vaccine. As in the last time, we were asked to fill out the form. By the time we sat down, the only thing that we were missing was the batch number of the vaccine that we were going to get. But some very nice people were walking through the aisles with a sign that says, you know, you're getting this number, so write it down in your form. So before you know it, I mean, we barely had time to post a couple of photographs, and I kept trying to tell people how it went by sharing photos, and all of a sudden, boom, we got the prick. And I don't think they waited 30 minutes. No, I know we didn't wait 30 minutes this time around for side effects. Clearly, they've gotten this down to a science, and we were out. We were out in less than an hour, and of course I slept all afternoon yesterday, and here we are. So the bottom line for me for the vaccine is that thank God it's done. I kept feeling rather forlorn yesterday afternoon because, I mean, the fact that we have the vaccine does not change anything. It's not like I'm feeling invincible. It's not like I'm going to rush to Guadalajara like I used to think. In fact, I'm going to continue to be as cautious as I've been. And I had this thought, which can be totally fucked up, but you let me know what you think. I've lived in Banderas Bay. I've lived in Puerto Vallarta for 20 years. And in 20 years, I haven't had dengue. And you know, dengue comes and goes once a year, and everybody warns you about mosquitoes because that's how it is transmitted. And I haven't gotten dengue all these years. I've been very fortunate that way. And mosquitoes love me. And I thought to myself yesterday, you know, we have less control over a mosquito and thus are at a higher odds of getting dengue than we are with COVID, because with COVID, we know that all we have to do is wear a face mask and keep a safe distance and be prudent with our decisions. And so we have a lot more control as far as whether we can try to avoid getting COVID or not. So there you have it. Those are the thoughts that lingered in my mind yesterday. I've been sad about the fact that this is the world that we get to live in. I mean, I don't know when this is going to end, or if there are going to be other variants. But here we are. This is the life that we have, and this is the world that we live in. So we might as well make the best of it. So I talked to my friends yesterday, and I said to them, well, why am I feeling so blue and so sad? And they said, and they're right. You know, it's like every time you are anticipating something and all of a sudden it happens, it's kind of like you go through this, I suppose I've never given birth, but you know, you go through this kind of postpartum depression. And Paula Person asks, what is dengue? Paula, I really hope you are local, because if you are local, what you want to do right now is go to Wikipedia and search dengue. It's not a good thing. So, Paula, if you are here or if you are elsewhere, go to Wikipedia. You'll find a lot of information about dengue there, and hopefully that's the way you're going to learn about it, and not by catching it, because it can be very, very dangerous. Okay, so that is my 2 cents on the vaccine. That is my 2 cents on my well-being, on my outlook on life. Very few things changed between yesterday and today. Today today in particular, I'm going to take it easy. But moving forward, you know, this is the world that we live in, and we might as well get used to it, and we might as well continue to be cautious in our choices, and try to live as much as we can in the best possible way given the circumstances. And with all that said and done, let us switch over to the weather so we can see what's going on there, and then we'll continue with a couple of leisurely leisurely headlines, and then we'll have some chit chat as always. Oh, I love it. Snarky Weather says, you must break through the fog of lies TV weathermen have created around you. Okay. I don't watch TV. Well, I watch my Netflix, but I don't get the weather forecast from Netflix. It is 27 degrees right now. It feels like 32. Humidity is at 87%. We are at 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and our weather forecast for today calls for rain and humidity through the day. A high temperature of 31, low temperature of 24. Tomorrow, we can expect rain and humidity again with a high temperature of 30, a low temperature of 24. And Friday, possible light rain until morning, starting again in the evening with light and variable winds, high temperature of 30, low temperature of 23. Nothing majorly new here. And let's see, moving right along. Yesterday, we were all wondering, well, what is Romel Pacheco, the Mexican former diving superstar? What is he going to do with his life? And Michael Beaufort suggested, well, maybe he can teach me some swimming. And we are disappointed to learn that, well, he knows exactly what he's doing. Because we learned that he's going to be a politician. More specifically, as of September 1st, he will become a federal deputy for his home state of Yucatan. Now, this is not surprising. Former Mexican track and field superstar Ana Guevara became a politician after retiring and now serves as the director for Mexico's National Commission on Physical Culture and Sports. So all is fine and well for the good diver, the sexy diver. What sours the news a little bit for him, however, is that the moment he stepped off the competition yesterday, the moment he was done with his Olympic career, he immediately became unavailable for sports reporters, arguing that he is a deputy now, and if they wanted an interview, well, people need to go through his representatives. So since Michael Beaufort wanted a private swimming lesson, we suggest, Michael, that you keep this in mind. Maybe we're not going to like Romel Pacheco as much as we thought we were. Anyhow, one of the questions that went right past me yesterday had to do with the outcome of the trip to Russia by the local Vallarta Azteca folkloric group. And I've been wondering about that. So I was happy to discover this morning that Juan Antonio Salcedo, director for the ensemble, will be live on Facebook tomorrow evening to tell stories about the experience. I'll tune in so that I can bring back some notes in case I'm not able to land an interview with him or one of the members of the group at some point in the near future. We want to share another 5-minute article from the New York Times that will make you love music. This was published yesterday. This morning, actually, and features opinions on the music of Russian composer Igor Stravinsky, featuring opinions by diverse individuals, including classical dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov, Stravinsky's biographer Stephen Walsh, and Times chief classical music critic Anthony Tomasini. Now, I love Stravinsky's works, and I was thrilled that Stephen Walsh's piece of choice to fall in love with his music is Stravinsky's Dumbarton Oaks Concerto in E-flat, which is a beautiful chamber orchestra piece. He even likes the same version as I do, with the English Chamber Orchestra conducted by Sir Colin Davis. Dumbarton Oaks is a historic estate. Oh my God, I cannot even speak today. Must be the fucking vaccine. Dumbarton Oaks is a historic estate in Washington, D.C., and in 1937, owners Robert and Mildred Bliss commissioned a piece of music from Stravinsky. The work was first performed at the estate. Eventually, the Blisses gave the property to Harvard University in 1940, and it now serves as a research institute dedicated to supporting scholarships in the fields of pre-Columbian studies, as well as garden design and landscape architecture, especially through its research, fellowships, meetings, exhibitions, and publications. But don't let that concern you. Check out the article by the New York Times, check out the music, and get back to me as to whether you are or have been or will be seduced by the colorful music by Russian composer Igor Stravinsky. Finally, I want to leave you before we enter chit chat mode with another good read from Vox in English. This one is called "The Best Way to Avoid Future Variants is to Vaccinate the World." We have trusted Vox in the past for well-researched, well-written articles, and this one should be no exception. We'll leave it with the show notes as we always do. And now I would like to take a quick look at some of your comments just to see what everybody is up to on this hump day. Do-de-do-de-do. Let's take a look. Good mornings all over the place. This is great to see. Good wishes for the post-shot day. And again, Ramona, I appreciate that. I'm feeling a little woozy, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I mean, I haven't lost my appetite, and I can still maneuver. So we'll just take it easy today, as I think anybody should, the day after your vaccine. Let's see. Naps are very good. We love our naps. And Luna, she loves it when I'm napping with her. In fact, she loves it too much. Let's see what else. Oh, yes, Carlos brings up the gas situation, and I don't mean the one that comes out of our anuses. Our president, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, is going at it with the distributors of gas for cooking, gas for hot water, because he doesn't want to raise the prices. The distributors of gas want to raise the prices, and now they're going on strike. So we'll follow this story in the next few days, because if we don't get any gas to cook, I don't know what we're going to do. But this is an ongoing situation. Thank you for bringing it up, Carlos. Te quiero. And let's see what else we have. Let's see. Oh no, Scott, I couldn't receive my vax from Naval Hospital as it was for the May 29th group, as stated in Spanish on top or notice. Mine is for June 10th, maybe next week. There you go. And again, I'm sorry if we inadvertently misinformed. We go out of our way to try to make sure that all the information that we serve you here at Coffee and Headlines is the truth. Somebody argued that maybe we did not share the truth. I got a message yesterday, and with the only day in which we would be willing and able and happy to mess around with you with lies is on December 27th, which is Mexican April Fool's Day. And trust me, we will fuck around with you as much as we can this coming December 27th, just as we did in the past December 27th, where every single headline was fabricated by yours truly. We're already working on it. It's going to be a Monday, so we are already jotting down the headlines that we're going to feature on that particular day. But please trust the fact that if you haven't realized this already, we go out of our way to make sure that whatever we share here is as accurate as possible, and we quickly own our mistakes and retract the information when we learn subsequently that it was incorrect. I'm in command of about 10 words in Spanish, and I use them as often as I can. Good for you, Rita. Please share that list with me so that we can complement it with some colorful metaphors. Congratulations, Angelica, for getting your second shot. This is absolutely wonderful. I got my second shot of Madonna. That is so funny. That is funny. Madonna, Moderna, Madonna. I love it. David, congratulations. Now you're fully gay. I like that. Let's see. Oh, Cathy. I always love it when Cathy jumps in on Den's uh, on Den's Facebook. One thing I've learned is that a person can do everything right and things can still go to hell health wise. All we can do is the best we can and let go of the illusion that we have total control. Cathy, you have this magical power over me. Every time you say something, it brings peace into my soul. So you and Dan, stay safe and find your way back to Puerto Vallarta soon because I miss you both. And I miss your caramel popcorn. So come back soon. Come back soon. Um, let's see what else. So getting pricked was very appropriate for you. It was lovely. It was lovely. But you know what? I have this thing about pricks. I don't like to see the needle going in. Once it's in, I can look. So yesterday it was so funny because I mean the fuckers are long, the needles. I didn't realize this until yesterday. The nurse was pricking the guy next to me. I'm like, chingada madre, que madresota es esa. I thought it was so fucking huge. I'm like, but I was fine. I was fine. I got my prick and here we are. Here we are. Let's see what else. Uh, Mihal, you and Boo Boo come back to Puerto Vallarta at once. My Canadian friends, you guys are all gone. And I am like, okay, so we're now halfway through summer. Now I'm starting to miss my Canadian friends. So get back here. Get back here quickly. Isn't your birthday today, Matthew? Didn't I read somewhere? And because you're a musician, I'm going to give you this. Oh, no. Happy birthday, Matthew. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday today. Oh, and it's Barack Obama's birthday as well. That is fantastic. Um, well, Anna, it's a no-brainer, but what can I tell you? It's easy for me to talk about the privilege of Spanish because it's my native language and this is the language here in the country. But I think we can go a long way in helping ourselves with basic phrases. I know that if I visited Bangkok or Paris or Rome and I didn't speak the language, I would gladly spend some time learning some of the basic phrases even before I've set foot on the plane, just to make sure that that I can deal. So there you have it. Um, really, anus gas? Well, what is it? It's wind. It's gas. It's stinky. It comes out of your anus. I mean, there's no denying it, unless you have some special filter, Cindy, that we're not aware of. Mine, well, never mind. You don't want to know about my flatulence, and I don't want to know about yours. I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. I did get my date before. I said December 27th. It's December 28th. My bad. But that's even better that because that means it's a Tuesday. So it's a good thing. And Claudia, since you are here, isn't Carmen's birthday today as well? Carmen Porras, aren't you watching? If you are watching, Carmen, happy birthday as well. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I think it is your birthday. I may be hallucinating this. That is funny. I heard Alfaro canceled Dia de los Inocentes as well. I don't think so. When will Walking Wednesdays resume? Need more Versailles. Chris, fortunately, Versailles is easy because it's nearby. It'll happen soon. It'll happen soon. I want to wait a few days just to make sure that I'm feeling okay with the current numbers here. Where are you watching from, Chris? It is possible that you are watching from a place where the pandemic is not as severe. But things are a little dicey here. Chris, I'm curious as to where you are watching from, if you want to let us know. Michael says, I get less attitude from an ice cream sandwich from Licks and always guarantee a smile. Well, an ice cream sandwich from Licks is not going to teach you how to swim, but it's going to sure feel very good in your tummy. Um, Happy to hear you weren't a guy in the gray shirt. Oh no, I'm not that squeamish about syringes or anything. Although the thought did cross my mind of screaming out like the guy in the gray shirt, and maybe we should watch him again. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh yes, it is Carmen Porras' birthday. Feliz cumpleaños, Carmen. Espero que se la pasen maravilloso. Happy birthday. Mwah. Let's see. Marty and I are Canadian and have just moved into our condo. We're here to stay and would love to be friends. There you have it, cluster. There's 107 of us that are going to crash Rock's and Marty's place because they want friends. I hope they have cooked something wonderful. So let's have a crash party and become friends with them. Just kidding. No, welcome, seriously. Welcome to Puerto Vallarta, Rox and Marty. I hope you have a wonderful life here. And I trust that in this ginormous sandbox in which we live in, where there are all kinds of individuals, good, bad, colorful, weird, fucked up, and otherwise one of a kind, I am sure you will make wonderful friends. Stick around, Coffee and Headlines. We're all getting along just fine here for the most part. Let's see what else we have. I think we're pretty much at the end of our broadcast. Oh my goodness, Carmen is 50 years old today. I can't believe that because Carmen is, you guys, the two of you look so young and wonderful and beautiful. But happy birthday. I think we're at the end of our broadcast. So thank you very much once again for joining me. Stay kind, stay healthy. Please go get vaccinated. Hello from Dallas, John. It's great to see you. Go get vaccinated too, please, everybody. It's becoming clear and clearer that the vaccine, as perfect or imperfect as it may be, is what is going to make all these variants go away. I respect people that have thoughts against the vaccine, but at the same time, it's serving the vast majority of us quite well. So stay informed, stay well, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, stay in touch, and come back soon, hopefully maybe even tomorrow. And don't forget to visit this link for some important information. Take care.